The drug war affects many regions, especially the state of Sinaloa, the location which is known to be the origin of the drug trafficking business in Mexico. A North American country that was once known for its fabulous geographic landscapes, rich history, and culture, is now infamous for the horrible murders that occur on a regular basis throughout the border towns and in the cities. Violence amongst drug cartels, rivals, and the Mexican police force had occurred since the 1980s, but that all changed when President Felipe Calderón signed and approved of Operation Michoacán, sending 6,500 Mexican troops to the state of Michoacán to end the violence between the drug cartels in 2006. This had sparked Calderón's decision to officially declare the Mexican drug war on the 11th of December of 2006. This was to put an end to the drug trafficking business as well as the violence which is tied to it. Only in this war would appear as if it was everyone's fight. The belligerents of the Mexican drug war involve those that are commanded by the Mexican government. This includes the divisions of the Mexican military. They are in pursuit of the Mexican drug cartels, which include the Juárez cartel, Los Zetas, the Gulf cartel, Tijuana cartel, and La Familia Michoacana, which was disbanded but later reformed and named the Templar Knights cartel.
There are definitely reasons why U.S. should be concerned, and one of those reasons is that Mexico is one of U.S. top trading partners. Not only that, but they are also neighbors, as Mexico is below the U.S. borders. If they did not continue the war on drugs, then they might be the next one under pressure to legalize drugs. Drugs are currently being smuggled into the United States, while the United States is currently shipping out guns to Mexico. And there was an increase in seizures of drugs last year. Consumers of drugs are currently rising in the U.S., while death tolls also rise in Mexico. And there have been thousands of drug seizures at the border also. It's pretty clear that this drug war involves the United States and that it should be concerned. So who's to blame for this? Well, Felipe Calderón seems to be blamed mostly for all this, and it is no wonder because ever since the beginning of his president term, violence has increased and has been trending upward ever since then with no decline. On December 11, 2006, Felipe Calderón sent 6,500 veteran troops to the state of Michoacán. That's when it all changed. Ever since that move, the violence never stopped. Now there has been over 47,000 deaths ever since then. Mexico leader Felipe Calderón, though, blames the U.S. for the drug and gun violence. While it is true that guns that are being shipped out of the U.S. to Mexico are contributing to the violence, it still did not change the fact that Felipe Calderón ignited the violence that tremendously rose after 2006. To this day, Felipe Calderón will most likely be remembered for starting a drug war.
After years of consecutive fighting between the Mexican forces and the cartel, the death toll has escalated significantly. Believe it or not, the drug trafficking business is very competitive. Cartels compete or basically kill each other in order to reach the consumer first, acquire profits, and expand their dominance and negotiation lines. Mexican forces are only trying to keep things in order and attempting to assert the Mexican government's authority. By doing that, they are getting in the way of the cartel's activities. The cartels only respond by shooting and killing those that get in the way, whether they are authorities, innocent people, or rivals. Living in a nation where the government isn't doing enough to fight the war, people fear the cartels and instead join the cartels to make good salaries in a corrupt country like Mexico. Even those that are in the Mexican forces are corrupt and involved in the drug trafficking world. Over time, new methods of killing and targeting people have been developed, such as extortion. They will even go to the extremes of killing the loved ones of the people that they do not like. Cartels are simply trying to demonstrate who is more powerful by portraying characteristics of who is more brutal and who is willing to go to the extreme boundaries to acquire what they want. Since 2006, many famous Mexican artists have died, which include Sergio Gomez from Capaz de la Sierra, Valentin Elizalde, Ceda Peña, and Sergio Vega, the most recent celebrity death which occurred in 2010. The reason for which these famous people are targeted is because they either offended a cartel with their lyrics or were involved in the drug trafficking world.
I strongly believe this drug war should continue on. An increase in seizures of drugs shows a good sign. And we have spent so much on the drug war in terms of costs and deaths that it would be such a big waste if we end the war. We should continue on the drug war to re-establish Mexico as it was before. A country with culture and its lovely people now overshadowed by the drug war.
The situation that Mexico is currently undergoing is obvious, and it's going to take some time for this to get better. Many deaths have occurred also. As of January 11th, 2012, 47,515 people have died since 2006. And also, the arrest and enforcement of the cartels has been also progressively growing. We need to continue this war in order to unmask Mexico of what it really is, a beautiful country.